Hey pen pals! So, the other night, I didn't have anything to do and I decided to watch Transformers 1. Shall we talk about it? Shannan E. Johnson here, CEO of The Professional Pen, where we develop screenwriters from idea to pitch. Need help on your screenplay? Go to www.theprofessionalpen.com. Now, full disclosure, I grew up on Transformers, therefore really loved them. But I never got into the live action films, okay? Something told me though that this animation was gonna hit different. And it did. I enjoyed it from top to bottom. So what we're gonna learn today is we're gonna talk about rules. So during the month of October, we talked a lot about rules in horror. I want to talk to you guys about rules in fantasy. Anytime the world is not what we know it, present day Earth, whatever country we live in, you have a responsibility as the writer to teach us what the rules are. You can give us fish out of water characters who are learning as we're learning, and you can give us expert characters that kind of mentor the other characters, therefore us, throughout the journey. Now, Transformer 1, our characters, our three main characters, are both, right? Because this is their world. They know it very well. And from the moment we get there, we start to learn the history of the place. And in the history of the place, we are learning the rules. The biggest thing that I want you guys to hear, spoiler alert, is that these Transformers have been born, made, created without a core. For those who don't know what that means, just assume Iron Man with his little thing that helps his heart go. It's like that. That's where the powers come from. Just go with that, okay? So these Transformers are born without that core. So without that core, they can't transform into anything. They are just robots. And if you're born without a core, you immediately have to kind of become one of the blue collar workers. So that's the information that we're learning about the world. They also give us the history of how they got here. There were Transformers who were able to transform, and they started fighting the bad guys and they lost. And when they lost, they basically also lost the key to their leadership, like the key to their constitution, the key that makes their world their world. And since then, they have been searching for this key. Okay, I'm just using these words so that you can understand it. That's the information that we needed to know. They do very well by giving us that information. They're also setting up that one of our characters wants more. He's a dreamer. He believes he can go find that key, which is out on the surface, out where the rest of the world is, that they are not allowed to go to. You should know where this is going. Anytime there is a story where people are in a bubble and they're not allowed to leave the bubble, you should already be saying to yourself, it's because they're being told lies. Same reason they didn't want the slaves to read. Because when you have knowledge, you have power. And if I give you access to anything outside of this bubble, then you're not going to believe any of the things I tell you. And that's exactly what happens in this story. So as they're going along and they start to break rules, right? So they tell us what the rule is, and then the dreamer's like, yeah, but what if we do it this way, right? They start to break rules, and therefore they end up out on the surface, and that's where they learn the truth. The truth is their cogs have been taken from them. Now that we understand that, that means they all have the ability to transform, but the cog has been taken. So now, if they can get some cogs, then they can become the Transformers they're supposed to become. I'm not going to spoil the rest of it for you. But I want you to watch it if you decide. Watch it so that you can see how we learn the rules as we go. See how they set up the system, right? Because even in worlds that are not like ours, they have systems in place. And if there are systems in place, that means that there is an oppressed people in that system. Guess who those oppressed people are in Transformers? Those without a cog. Because then they have to work as these blue collar workers because they have no choices outside of that. They get stuck there. And the more people who are stuck there that can do the manual labor, then the richer that community can be, that world can be, right? It's all the same. Right? Know your history and you watch it repeat itself. And in Transformers 1, they said, no, we're not doing this no more. We not doing this no more. Have you seen it? Go check it out. Come back and holler at me in the comments. Happy writing. And that's it. Want more content? Like, subscribe, and for notifications. Get notes on your script that get you unstuck at www.theprofessionalpen.com. I'm out.